Well, howdy, Pastor Mark Driscoll here. This week for the Ask Pastor Mark weekly newsletter, I'm coming to you live from Hank the Tank. We are live on location at Hank the Tank. This is Hank the Tank. This is our 1999 Chevy Suburban, and we are in the process of retiring Hank the Tank from active family duty. Tell you a little bit about Hank. Bought him in 2001. The kids, of course, named this vehicle Hank the Tank. You know that it's the family vehicle when the kids give it a name. The same time that I was driving Hank the Tank, we also had Chuck the Truck. So Grace would drive Hank the Tank, the Suburban. I would drive Chuck the Truck, the 1976 Chevy pickup truck that had rusted out floorboards, a broken speedometer, and did not get miles to the gallon, but got gallons to the miles. So we were a young, broke, new couple planting a church and raising kids, and Grace was in fact pregnant with our third when we bought Hank the Tank. And for us, Hank the Tank was this big fancy vehicle, unbelievable. It was only 2 years old. Previous to that, all the cars we had a few 100,000 miles on them, which is a few round trips to the Lord Jesus. And when Grace got pregnant, I really wanted to make sure that her and the kids would be safe. So I got them the biggest, heaviest vehicle that I could find and afford, and the kids appropriately named this one Hank the Tank. And so we had 2 kids when we bought this car. We now have 5. And so Calvin, our third kid, was brought home from the hospital in Hank the Tank. So was our 4th child, Alexi, and our 5th child, Gideon. So 60% of my kids were taken home from the hospital right here in Hank the Tank. One of the reasons I bought it, it had a VHS tape cassette player, and see if I can find the button, a drop-down screen for the kids. So Grace thought that was complete overkill, but I thought it would be fun for road trips, and so we spent a lot of years listening to and singing along with the VeggieTales and Dora the Explorer and Bob the Builder, and also, I hate to admit it publicly, but a bit of Barney was also enjoyed and sung along to in this car. Lots of memories, family vacations, holidays. We prayed for each other in this car. We have gone to each other's sporting events and school recitals in this car. We have gone to the first day of school and the last day of school in this car. I'm the sentimental dad, so I'll start crying if I talk about it too much. But as we were getting ready to retire Hank the Tank from active duty, it just reminded me, in the Old Testament, there was this place called the Holy of Holies, and it was considered the sacred place, and everyone would gather around that as the family of God to be in the presence of God together. And we know that when the Lord Jesus died, that place was opened, and we can now meet with God anywhere and everywhere. And for me, Hank the Tank is a bit of a Holy of Holies. It's a sacred place where I got to make memories and go on road trips and have fun with my family. So we've laughed a lot here in Hank. We've cried a few times in Hank. We've had a few disagreements among kids in Hank. We have forgiven each other in Hank. We have sung songs together and made memories together and had a lot of silliness together here in Hank the Tank. And so for me, this is a bit of a holy place. It's a Holy of Holies for me and my family. So when your kids are little, they tell you that time goes fast, so take photos and make memories. And as a guy who's now got 4 teenagers, it's crazy to think when we bought this car, we only had 2 kids. And recently, my kids were driving this car. It's so crazy. Our middle son, just thinking about it, the other day I was teaching him to drive here in Hank the Tank, and this is the car I brought him home from the hospital in, and now he is driving me around in. So we wanted to give a good send-off to Hank the Tank, so we're gonna retire him from duty. But boy, I'll tell you, your car, as I was thinking about it, could be a sacred place, a Holy of Holies, where you sing to the Lord, you meet with the Lord, you pray, you invite in friends, you enjoy memories with your family, and we spend so much time in our car, and I'm so grateful for this car and the memories that we have been able to make in it together as a family. So just felt like sharing a bit of that with you, and hope and pray that your time in your commute and in your drive and in your car is sacred and holy time set apart to meet with the Lord. And if God blesses you with a family, that it would be for you a place to make really great memories, as we have in good old 1999 Suburban Hank the Tank. So that's it. Pastor Mark Driscoll out. Thanks a bunch.